We can't save everyone and beat Azula. Without the Avatar state, what if I'm not powerful enough?
I don't know the answer. Sometimes life is like this dark tunnel. You can't always see the light at the end of the tunnel, but if you just keep moving, you will come to a better place. Keep going. Despite anything, life will test you. It'll throw roadblocks, heartbreaks, and moments of crushing doubt your way. There will be times when you're tempted to stop, sit down, and let the weight overwhelm you. But the truth is, the only way forward is to keep going. Let us talk about something that every soul must face at some point in life: the dark, heavy weight of giving up. It is an enemy we all meet on this journey, no matter how strong we believe ourselves to be. You see, life is not a straight path, nor an easy one. It twists and turns, climbing steep mountains and plunging into deep valleys. There are days when the sun shines bright and the world feels full of promise. But there are also days when clouds gather, blocking every ray of light, and we find ourselves lost, questioning our very existence. It is in these moments, these storms, that many people falter. They stop walking, turn back, or worse, sit down and give up entirely. But why do they give up? It is because of fear. Fear of failure, fear of pain, and fear that their efforts may not amount to anything. Fear, my friend, is a cunning thief. It whispers in your ear, "You are not good enough. You are not strong enough. You can't make it." Then we think, why bother trying when the path ahead is so uncertain? Fear wraps itself around your heart like vines in a forgotten garden, squeezing until all hope seems to vanish. And yet I am here to tell you this: fear is not your master. It is merely a shadow. And shadows can only exist where there is light. The light, my friend, is within you. You may not see it now, but it is there, waiting for you to notice it, to nurture it, to let it guide you through even the darkest of times. Life is a dance of opposites. Joy and sorrow, success and failure, strength and weakness. We as humans often find ourselves swayed by these highs and lows. When things are good, our hearts are light, and we feel invincible. But when hardship comes knocking, oh, how quickly our confidence crumbles. But let me ask you this: do you think the river complains when it meets a boulder in its path? No, it flows around it, over it, or through it. The river does not stop its journey simply because the way forward is blocked. It adapts, it moves, and it keeps going. You too are like the river. Life will throw obstacles in your way: failure, heartbreak, loss, and doubt. These are as natural as the seasons changing. They are not signs to stop, they are signs to grow.
I finally have you, but I can't get you home because of this blizzard. There's always something. Not that you would understand. You're like my sister. Everything always came easy to her. She's a firebending prodigy, and everyone adores her. My father says she was born lucky. He says I was lucky to be born. I don't need luck, though. I don't want it. I've always had to struggle and fight, and that's made me strong. It's made me who I am.
Forge your own luck. Many people look at their challenges and think, if only I were luckier, if only things were easier. But luck isn't what defines the outcome. It's the actions you take in the face of difficulty. Some are born into privilege, and others into struggle. But that struggle can be your greatest asset. Struggle builds resilience, and resilience builds power. The key is to stop looking at the obstacles as walls that block you. See them as opportunities to prove to yourself what you're capable of. When you stumble, when you fall, don't wait for luck to pull you out. Be the one who gets up, who finds a way, who makes their own fortune. As Zuko said, His sister was born lucky. I was lucky to be born. That struggle, that fire, is what makes you strong. So when the road gets hard, don't wish it were easier. Wish for the strength to overcome it. Keep going and build your own luck through persistence.
Show no fear. Show no emotion at all.
Sometimes the hardest part of the journey isn't the external challenges. It's the storm inside. Fear, doubt, and frustration can weigh on you, pulling you toward the edge of quitting. But emotions are not meant to be your master. It's okay to feel afraid or sad. It's natural. But don't let those emotions dictate your actions. Imagine a ship sailing through a storm. The winds howl, the waves crash, but the captain keeps a steady hand on the wheel. You are that captain. Let the storm rage, but don't let it steer you off course. Breathe, pause, and then take the next step forward. That's how you master yourself. Not by eliminating emotions, but by choosing your actions despite them. Every step you take strengthens your will and brings you closer to the life you want.
We and La, your moon and ocean, have always circled each other in an eternal dance. They balance each other, push and pull, life and death, good and evil, yin and yang.
The journey is long and no one can sprint forever. Sometimes when people push to keep going, they forget to rest. They burn out, and when they fall, they think it's over. But the secret to persistence is balance. You need moments of rest to recover, moments of reflection to refocus, and moments of joy to remind you why you started in the first place. Balance doesn't mean you're slowing down. It means you're building the strength to last. Think of it like climbing a mountain. If you charge full speed ahead without pacing yourself, you'll exhaust your energy before you reach the top. But if you climb steadily, taking time to breathe and adjust, you'll find yourself moving further than you ever thought possible. So when life gets hard, don't just push endlessly. Find your rhythm. Push when you can, rest when you need to, but never ever stop moving forward. But I understand why so many give up. When we are faced with challenges, our confidence wavers. We begin to doubt our abilities, our dreams, and even our worth. We focus so much on the mountain ahead that we forget the strength we have already shown in climbing the hills behind us. And then there is the loneliness of the journey. Oh, how it weighs on the soul. When the road gets tough, it often feels like no one understands your pain, your struggle. You look around and see others moving forward effortlessly, and you wonder, why is it so hard for me? But my dear friend, the truth is that everyone carries their own burdens. They may not show it, but they feel the weight, just as you do. Remember this, the storm you face is not unique to you. Others have faced it before, and others will face it after you. The difference lies in how you respond. Will you let the storm break you, or will you let it shape you into something stronger? Keep going, even when it hurts. The key, my friend, is to keep going. Even when the path is unclear, even when every step feels like a battle, even when doubt whispers in your ear, keep going. Because the truth is, you cannot see the light at the end of the tunnel if you stop moving. Do not think of the journey as one great leap. Think of it as a series of small steps. Each step forward, no matter how tiny, brings you closer to your goal. And with every step you grow a little stronger, a little wiser, a little braver. And remember, it is okay to stumble. It is okay to fall. But do not stay down. Stand up, brush yourself off, and take the next step. Failure is not the end. It is merely a teacher, showing you what does not work so that you can find what does. And now we come to the most important lesson of all. The light you seek is not at the end of the tunnel. It is within you. It has been there all along. The journey is not about finding the light. It is about realizing that you are the light. When you embrace this truth, you will find that the darkness loses its power. The doubts and fears that once seemed so overwhelming will become mere whispers, unable to stop you from moving forward. And do not forget the power of gratitude. Even in the darkest times, there is always something to be grateful for. A kind word, a small victory, a moment of peace. Gratitude is like the sun. It melts the frost of despair and warms the soul. Let me share a story with you. Once there was a young man who felt utterly defeated by life. He had tried and failed so many times that he no longer believed in himself. One day he met an old tea maker who told him this: "The finest tea leaves do not reveal their true flavor until they are placed in boiling water. It is the heat, the pressure, that brings out their essence." The young man thought about this and realized that his struggles were not punishments, but opportunities to discover his true strength. He began to see each challenge as a chance to grow, and slowly, step by step, he transformed his life. My dear friend, life will never be without its challenges. But these challenges are not meant to break you. They are meant to make you. Keep going, despite anything and everything. Remember, the river does not stop for the boulder. The tea leaves do not fear the boiling water. And you are capable of far more than you know. When the road ahead feels endless and the weight on your shoulders feels unbearable, remind yourself of this. Every step forward, no matter how small, is progress. Each moment you choose to keep going, despite the odds, despite the fear, despite the pain, you're proving to yourself and the world what you're truly capable of. You don't need luck, because you create your own path. You don't need to fear your emotions, because you control the storm. And you don't need to race to the finish line, because balance will carry you there in time. So take a deep breath, stand tall, and keep going. The journey is yours to make, and every step forward brings you closer to becoming the person you're meant to be. The light is there, waiting for you. All you have to do is keep moving forward. The past is behind you, the future is unwritten, and the present is yours to shape. Keep going, my friend. You are stronger than you think, braver than you feel, and more capable than you can imagine.